Hey everybody, I'm Amber.
And I'm Maddie.
And we're
Witches Talking Tarot.
And today we are bringing you a tarot episode. Major Arcana says what? We are going to talk about the first 7 cards in the Major Arcana. So, I say without further ado, let's get down to the Fool. Maddie and I both love this card.
This is my favorite card.
I love
Actually, this is one of my favorite cards, and yes, I say that about every card, but I mean it for real.
Really, this is one of my
favorite cards.
I love it. The Fool, he's starting the tarot journey. He is going off on an adventure. He's got his pack on his bag and his dog by his side. And he's not looking down at his feet. Yeah, well, this is Gollum, but traditionally, he's got a dog by his side to show loyalty, like to represent loyalty.
You know, I love that about my Game of Thrones deck.
Because yours a dragon?
Yes, it's Tyrion, and I like why he is the Fool in this card, because in this card, he is going down into the dungeons or whatever where Daenerys had locked the dragons away because they were getting out of control.
Yeah.
And he's releasing them, and he feels that call to the dragons. But the thing is, some might say that's a foolish move. They could totally eat the fuck out of him. So instead of a dog, there's a dragon on mine, and I love that.
Well, and on mine, it is Frodo setting off on the journey to save the world. And some might have said a hobbit saving the world. That is a foolish journey. But it went okay. And that's the thing about the Fool card.
But who knows how it could have gone.
Who knows how it could have gone. But the Fool card represents setting off on a journey slightly unprepared. Because you don't know what the outcome's going to be.
The dragon could eat you, or you could
save the world.
Or you could save the world.
Yeah, you have no idea. But the next part in the journey is the magician, who, he's the master of his own destiny, guys.
So in my deck, it's actually Littlefinger, and I'm not a huge fan of that portrayal.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of that portrayal either, because I do love the magician. It is a card of power. A lot of people see it as a card of manipulation.
It said, "Let me go."
I mean, for sure, because, it's, in my deck, it's Gandalf, and he knows what he's about. He's got shit to do.
But like you said,
he is the master of his own destiny.
Being the master of his own destiny, but it can also represent manipulation when when it's reversed, it can represent manipulation, because you're no longer in control of your own destiny. You're letting somebody else control you. Which I do like, if you don't mind me touching it. I do like that Gandalf is the magician, because Gandalf low-key be controlling everything. He be manipulating.
He manipulates a lot of stuff. Yes. He does, for his own good. Well, not for his own good. For the good of all.
Like Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Sorry to compare. I'm sorry. I realized as soon as I said it, I was I mean, you're not wrong. Some people off.
But you're not wrong. But at the same time, Gandalf did not know that Frodo would succeed.
Oh.
He had no idea if Frodo would succeed or not. He just knew that Frodo was the only one who had a chance. Because all these other people that were powerful, they might succumb to the power of the ring. Frodo was one of the only individuals who had the possibility of not succumbing. But whether it's Gandalf or Littlefinger, the idea behind the magician card in the journey that tarot takes us on, because if you pay attention, the tarot deck in and of itself and each suit, it takes you through a journey.
It really does. A journey through your life.
It does. It really does, though, because the magician, you are the master of your own destiny, right? And then you have the High Priestess.
I love this card.
Herself.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite card, but I love this card because the High Priestess is all about following your own intuition and believing yourself, following yourself, like you said.
Following yourself, knowing yourself, because
confidence.
Yes, exactly, and not just confidence, but the ability to take that confidence and make something of it. Does that make sense?
No, who is the betrayal in that one?
In this one, this is Galadriel, one of my favorite Lord of the Rings characters. Galadriel, who if she had the ring, she would be a dark and powerful lord. That's my favorite fucking scene. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I know it's 5 seconds of the movie, but goddamn, she's so powerful.
So the red priestess is mine in my Game of Thrones deck. I don't hate it because she's the priestess
Powerful.
and she's extremely powerful. She brings Jon Snow back to life. Spoiler alert.
Trades one life for another.
Yeah, that was really shitty.
It was really shitty. But like again, it shows that like that journey, right? In the magician, you're manifesting your own destiny. You learn how to like manipulate all these parts of energy for your own good or the good of others, however you so choose, because it all depends on you as a magician how you work that magic. But the high priestess, she steps in with that wisdom piece and that knowing yourself piece, and that directs your energy differently. So even though as the magician, she could take the ring for herself and be the dark and powerful lord, as the high priestess, she knows the best thing to do is give Frodo the vial of light that will help him through his journey, because she follows her intuition and she knows that the best way out is through. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was like, the night is dark and full of terrors.
Exactly. I just like love it. I'm sorry. Like, we love our tarot episodes, guys. We are witches talking tarot.
So the next card in the Major Arcana is the Empress. I do love this card. This is all about feminine power, feminine energy. Now notice how I say power and energy. I don't say it can a man could be the Empress. You know what I mean? It's all about balancing that energy, and it is about balance in life. It's about it has that same aspect as the magician and the high priestess.
I'm no man.
Yes, being in control of your life. And
Eowyn.
This is Daenerys Targaryen, and she's heading towards send a raven to Westeros because she's taking these motherfuckers on a big ass boat. Like she's on her way.
Eowyn, she is no man. She will fight and she will win the fucking war.
I love that because she is going to war. She's taking back the 7 kingdoms, and she fucking killed what's his face.
Yep, she killed the king of the Nazgul or whatever.
I could not find my card. It's in here somewhere.
Yeah,
I know it is.
No, you're good. The Emperor is number 4 in the Major Arcana, and he is the counter, not the opposite.
The counter.
He is the counter
masculine energy. Having that balance when it comes to the masculine energy. Right. In my deck,
but also taking control, leading things, kind of like, think patriarchy without the hidden agenda.
Patriarchy without the toxic masculinity.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And in my deck, it's represented by Jon Snow, because who else takes the fucking lead, dude?
Right?
Besides Jon Snow.
And in my deck, the Emperor is Aragorn.
He is the ice and she is the fucking fire. As the Empress, the perfect balance.
Right.
Holy shit.
Just like Eowyn and Aragorn. And I wish they had gotten together because, sorry Arwen, but Eowyn is no man and she saved the motherfucking world. Sorry. I am a Lord of the Rings fan. But let's real quick talk about how they are counter to each other but reversed. They mean imbalance, both of them.
Yes, they do.
They both completely mean imbalance. Like
too much masculine versus too much feminine.
Right. Or
whatever.
Right. Too much masculine. Like, so the Empress reverse can be either too much feminine energy or not enough feminine energy. And the Emperor reversed can mean too much masculine energy or not enough masculine energy involved in the situation or the person that the card represents. Because sometimes the cards represent a person and sometimes they represent a situation. But I think it's like very, these cards are really good balance to each other, but each on their own, like the Empress, like Maddie was saying, we definitely feel like this, not control, taking of power, winning of things, owning your own realm. Whereas with the Emperor, it's similar but not the same. Does that make sense? Like, these women are actually going to war. They're taking... But the Emperor, he's almost got a more gentle hand when he is involved in the usurping or controlling of power.
Well, and I think that's why Jon Snow is such a fantastic fucking person to betray.
Yeah, I know. That's why I like wanted to point that out.
Yeah, but sometimes when it's
something that has never
when it's
occurred
reversed,
to me before
it
now.
can fuck you over, and you can be Caesared.
Yes, absolutely. And that was why I wanted
Julius
to bring up the reversals. But as we were talking about the reversals, it dawned on me the whole, like, these women, they are taking their power by force. They are using their force or their power to enact change in their world that they think is necessary.
We will break the wheel.
That's right. And these men are doing the opposite of what the world expects of them. And they are taking their power in the manner that's least prideful, most helpful to the greater good versus the good of themselves. I would say with both of these guys. I mean, Aragorn could have stayed a ranger out on the plains. Jon Snow could have stayed in the Night's Watch, or he could have gone across the wall. You know, they chose a harder path because that's what was best for everyone.
Yeah.
And that really embodies that Emperor. The Emperor is the best kind of male energy, and the Empress is the hardest kind of female energy. Not necessarily the best. It is definitely like the hardest. Does that make sense?
I like that. No, I like the way you're explaining it.
That's the difference between the High Priestess and the Empress, because I always have trouble finding that fine line of difference, and that is the difference. The High Priestess, she is relying on her own inner stuff to help manipulate that which is outside. But the Empress is saying, fuck that. I'm a fucking Empress. I will rule this shit. I will take it by the balls and I will fuck shit up. And that is not the Empress reversed. That's the Empress energy. Like, that is the Empress right there. I will take this life by the balls. And so when it's reversed, she's not being hard enough. She's not going hard enough. I'm sorry, I'm having all these revelations.
No, you are absolutely
right.
right.
I've always had so much trouble with the Empress High Priestess.
Wait, do you think it's that she's not being hard enough, or do you think it's that she's being a little too hard? Because
maybe both. Because
with the
in
Emperor,
reverse, it's imbalanced. So either way,
with the Emperor, he's being gentle and compassionate, and he's able to rule in a way that may not be stereotypical for a man, but reversed. He's not.
He's overly stereotypical for a man.
Yeah.
And I think the Empress reversed would be either of those things. Either she is not taking the world by the balls enough. She's being a little too meek. You know, the meek will inherit the world after everybody else is done with it, guys.
That is such a shitty quote. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys.
But, I hated it when I heard it when I was 27. But now I'm 39 and I get it. The meek will inherit the world after everybody else has ruined it, which is why you kind of got to grab shit by the balls and get shit done when you want it done. That's why Daenerys said, I am going to go take this shit over. That's why Éowyn said, I'm not letting everybody that I love fight without me. I will go out there. And when the Nazgul said, no man can kill me, she said, bitch, I am no fucking man. I will fucking kill you because you have come after what I love. Because you know what? When it comes down to it, women are not scared. We are mama bears that will protect what is important to us. You know what I'm saying? And that is what the Empress embodies. So when she is out of whack, she's either not doing it enough or she's doing it too hard. When she's imbalanced, she's the perfect mama bear. I don't know. I'm sorry. Do you agree? This is just a revelation.
I totally agree. I totally agree because, comparing it to my Daenerys deck, she's going to take back the 7 fucking kingdoms.
She's not going to let anything step in her way. She's going to do it. And she does get reversed eventually because she loses sight of, the right balance of Mama Bear.
And Tyrant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, you guys had a revelation with at least Amber, if not Amber and Maddie. Hey!
No, I totally feel it right now. I hear what you're saying.
Because, I have always had a hard time telling what was the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, I totally hear you. Because they're so similar.
They are so similar. Because, the Empress is that feminine energy. The High Priestess is that feminine intuitive energy.
Well, I have to say the next card is actually not like my super big favorite, which would...
Hierophant.
The Hierophant. Now, this is all about learning through experience and then being able to teach and share what you've learned through experience. It could also represent you finding a mentor, somebody like to look up to, but it's all about spiritual teachings and just teachings in life. So when I think of the Hierophant, I always think of an older person, a wise woman, a wise man.
Well, and like the Hierophant like really represents religious structure in the regular Rider-Waite deck in the original tarot. He's represented by the Pope, which is like the ultimate religious structure.
Mentor.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the Hierophant represents religious structure as well as learning through religion. Or if he's reversed, it's about not taking in everything.
Exactly.
It's about being careful who your mentor is or who talks to you. Because the Hierophant, like, is it Varus in your deck?
It is Varus, yeah.
Okay.
What do you call it? The something of whispers.
The Lord of Whispers?
The Lord of Whispers. Because he's constantly listening.
He is.
He knows. That's why his hair is so big. It's full of secrets.
Wasn't it if Tyrion had listened to him, he wouldn't have caused a problem or something?
Yes! If Tyrion had listened to that motherfucker, Daenerys wouldn't have done what she did.
Exactly. And so again, the Hierophant's not always bad advice, but
sometimes it's good advice and you don't listen to it.
Sometimes, yes, exactly. But so it's
wow,
all about
I love
appropriately judging.
I'm sorry, I have to say, it makes me love this deck even more because I didn't understand why he was the Hierophant until we just said it that way, because he gives all this advice.
Exactly.
And when he finally gave advice.
And you know what? That makes me understand why Tyrion is the fool right now, because honestly, Tyrion should have fucking listened to the Hierophant. Instead, he fucked everything up, and he was the fool reversed, where he went off on a journey that he knew nothing fucking about, and he got a bunch of people killed.
I'm okay.
The fool, taking it back to the beginning.
Let me just say, like, I'm okay that Daenerys turned out the way she did. I just wish they had, like, more seasons. I'm okay that
I do. I want to see what happened with them White Walkers and shit. Like,
also, I wanted Jon Snow on the fucking throne because it would have been ultimate character arc. Well, bastard.
Could be more Kit Harington on this screen.
Yeah.
Ow!
But literally, bastard to fucking king of all of Westeros.
Oh my god, yeah.
That would have been the most amazing character arc. I'm sorry, guys.
Seriously. But also, are you seeing...
George R. R. Martin, you gotta fix this right now.
Are you guys seeing the character arc through tarot? Are you following the story?
Right? And this is why I have to say, if you're getting into tarot, I personally think the best way to start is with a fan deck, because you know the story, and it's such a good way to just get to know the cards. Depending on the artistry.
I'm gonna have to say the only reason I have understood the story that tarot tells is from the Rider-Waite, like doing my research into all of it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is just my personal recommendation, because like
fan decks are great for learning. Like, don't get me wrong.
For learning, yeah.
But like understanding the story that the tarot deck takes you through, the journey that it goes through. I mean, like, research Rider-Waite, like, it's really interesting.
I've never been a fan of that deck.
Well, I mean, Rider-Waite these are Rider-Waite decks. They just don't have Rider-Waite art.
I'm talking about the art.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the art. I'm talking about, like, that's what these decks are. These are Rider-Waite decks. Most people use Rider-Waite tarot decks because that's what most of the tarot in America is based off of, is that deck from France and whatever. And I don't like the art at all on the Rider-Waite decks. I do like the symbolism in the art on the Rider-Waite decks, which most of these artists try to follow. Yeah, they do. They try to mirror it in ways.
I do think that fan decks can be used to your advantage.
Yeah, no, they're great for learning tarot. Like, they are great for learning the individual cards, especially when it's got, like, the picture on there.
Can I
because you can fucking, like, Yeah.
One of the things that I hate the most is when people take random pictures and put them on the cards.
I wondered why you gave me that side eye. Were you not referencing that Facebook thing?
I totally was.
Okay.
I mean, not just that, but I looked through
the rest of the deck.
A different and tell me why. I was actually offended by this. I don't think this person listens, so I'm not going to say any names or anything, but I was offended that the 5 of Cups was a dog taking a shit. That was the art for the 5 of Cups.
The 5 of Cups.
Does that make any sense at all?
Shit? No, I'm trying to understand.
It's somebody that's just putting random art on a card, calling it a card, and then trying to sell it to people.
Yeah, that's what that
How
is.
the fuck does that go with the 5 of Cups at all?
Like, okay, so the 5 of Cups is 2 of your cups are spilled and 3 are still empty or something like that, right? And the 5 of Cups is like knowing that, like, you have to move on from a situation that was not serving you.
Right. It's the grieving card, the loss card, saying, damn, this hurts, this sucks, but I know I have to move on. Because in my deck, it's Cersei Lannister, and she's crying because her children are dead.
Right. But she's still got 2 cups that are like
exactly.
Upright.
She's still queen. She's still got Jaime.
Right. Oh.
I know!